Hi guys. Well, I guess I just want to talk about Trump. Well, I guess Trump versus Hillary, the whole shebang, since everybody else is on that train right now. I just figured I'd leave an opinion. People don't have to agree with me, obviously, but as a transgender, Trump hasn't always been friendly to people who are transgender or who are LGBTQ. Because I've seen some things when he was in the past, when he was with his vice president, and he didn't support gay marriage, and he didn't support anything that I'm aware of that was remotely close to anything people deemed as homosexual. So, I can't say I would have voted for Trump. I really can't. Um, I actually didn't vote. I didn't like our options, so I didn't vote. So I'm not really bitching about the outcome. I didn't really vote to change the outcome, so I'm not going to do much bitching about that. I'm just, I guess, expressing my concern. I've seen some people say, oh, well, for those people who are scared, you're just used to being pampered or blah, 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 but that's a little crap, because if you are homosexual, if you are a transgender, if you fall under that category, period, you have not been pampered. Sorry. At some point in your life, you had to fight like hell to be who you are and to be where you are today. You may not be in the place that you want to be today, and you may not even be there tomorrow, okay? But trust me, it's not been a cakewalk, and I'm pretty sure half of the LGBTQ out there are the same way. Their life was challenging and it was hard, just like anybody else's. They just had this special added bonus of being a transgender or homosexual or whatever else falls under that category. And so I guess it angers me when people say that, well, you're just used to being pampered. No, no, honey. You don't know what pampered is. If you've been in my life, you wouldn't see pampered. Well, anyway, the whole thing with Trump, I guess, in my opinion, I don't really know how to feel about him. I've seen some good things, I've seen some bad things, I've seen a lot more bad things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he comes off as, what's the right word? Chauvinistic and very, I don't want to say piggish, but if the shoe fits, the way he talks about women, I can't say I support it. As a transgender woman myself, I wouldn't want to be talked to like that. I wouldn't want to be objectified, and I guess under that kind of scrutiny, and I guess I can't say I support that, and I don't like that he talks about women like that, but I did read this thing. I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, it's on the internet. But that's really my only means of really finding out any kind of research, anything that's possibly going on in the world, because I don't watch television. I don't even have one. So the internet is really my go-to. So, and it said 100 things he wanted to do while he was in office, and I didn't see anything that impacted negatively against the LGBTQ community. So, I mean, right now, I can't say he's gonna ruin, everything that Obama's kind of helped to break through. Because, with Obama, the gay community and the LGBT community have flourished a lot. I mean, I can't say it's a cakewalk or a perfect ride, but, with Obama, it was a little better, and I guess that's why I'm worried that Trump may try to reverse that, especially with his vice president, and I can't remember his name. I want to say not Joe Biden, obviously not Joe Biden. I just seen his name earlier, but I forgot. I'm really bad with names and better with faces. But I don't know, I guess I heard somewhere that he wanted to, he thought gays could be, basically shock therapy to be normal again. I can't say if that's 100% true or not, but I'm just saying it's something I've heard. but I don't really go off hearsay. I try to do the research, and I try to find out the most important things, and I think so far it doesn't seem like in that 100-day plan, like I said, he didn't have anything that negatively impacted the LGBT community. Now, I did read he wanted to build a wall, obviously, and then make Mexico pay for it, which I'm not sure how he's going to pull that one off. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about if I support that or not, because it's a very controversial issue. Because on one hand, illegal immigrants, shouldn't get a free pass in any country, but at the same time, I understand because there's a lot more options for them here, so I get why they do it, and I get why they, cross the border illegally. I get it, but it's like I said, at the same time, I mean, I doubt any other country would like it if Americans illegally immigrated over to their country. I don't see it as any different, but I guess it's, like I said, it's hard for me to really say whether or not I support that, because it's too controversial for me. But I honestly didn't want Trump in office for the reasons that I've discussed in the past 6 minutes, but at the same time, I didn't put in a lot of research into Hillary. I didn't put a lot of research into either of them because I just did not like our two options. I don't think either one is the devil. I don't think God and, the devil are playing this at war chess game with our world leaders. I don't think they're doing that. Now, I can't say there isn't a negative or evil influence on said things because power and, money corrupts people, so, and that definitely don't come from God, but I don't think they're outright vying to destroy the world, but some people will say that they are, or that, Hillary's the Antichrist, or some stupid crap, or whatever, or the devil, or whatever they want to call him. I don't think that's the case. Now, from the things I've seen, Trump does seem kind of racist. I can't say he's ever made a racist comment, but the way he speaks, I guess, and the way he, kind of hints at certain things, like, when he was, I can't remember, but he was, like, rallying up these people or whatever, and when he was speaking to them, and, basically, like, back in my day, they would have knocked him out, they would have left on a stretcher, all kinds of stuff, but that's really controversial, because he could be talking about anything. It could be from anybody disobeying, or from disobeying to being, black to being whatever. I guess it's interpreted in different ways. I want to hope that it isn't a race thing, and it's just him being chauvinistic, but honestly, I've seen a lot of things where, like, China and everything, and they're like, wow, you elected that as your president? Like, a man who said, grabbed him by the pussy or whatever. Now, people say he said that, but I never heard him say that. So I don't know. I can't say one way or the other whether or not he said that, because I never seen him say it or heard him say it. I've never seen a speech where he said it. I did see the speech where he was making fun of the disabled boy, or not boy, but the disabled reporter. I don't think that was very cool. I think that was very shameful, and I obviously wouldn't support that either. I've seen all kinds of stupid things, but I've also seen a lot of riots, and it's sad because America's not happy, okay? Trump, okay, maybe if he didn't play himself off as so chauvinistic and so pig-headed, people would more likely been accepting of his winning, of his being elected into office, because they see this white supremacist, racist, homophobic man in office. That's not what I see, but it's what other people see. And because of that, there are all, well, from what I've seen, there are all kinds of protests and even riots and lighting flags on fire. Now, the flag, honestly, I stand for God, so to me, it's a flag. Yes, it's it's symbolism. It's very strong symbolism for our country because, the whole song and everything, and the flag was still standing and it was still there. It represents our freedom and it represents us as a people. So I get why people are upset about that, and I would, even in a protest, I would never have went that far to light something on fire, especially the flag. But people are upset and they do stupid shit when they're upset. I'm not saying that makes it okay, clearly, but they feel cheated, to be honest, and it's gonna take time to get over that. You know, I just wish, that they wouldn't do these. Like I just seen this, someone smashed this pregnant woman's windshield with a baseball bat in a riot. Not a riot. I'm sorry, a protest. In a protest against Trump. This woman was trying to drive through. She was pregnant and they smashed her windshield. Now someone said that they tried to run her over, but the reporter said she was not even close to running anyone over. So I don't know. Obviously, all I can go off of is what I see and what I read and what I find. But sometimes, these protests are getting out of hand. People, I understand you're upset, but there's better ways to do this. Create a petition, get people to sign. Even if you have to go door by door, protests are good too, but when you bring violence into this, a protest it's rendered meaningless. Once you add violence into a protest, it's not a protest anymore. It's just you against the rest of the people. Well, it's not literally, but that's what people see. People see it dividing, and people feel like Trump has divided the country. Obviously, there is a big dividance right now between people who supported Hillary Clinton and people who supported Trump. I see all these memes on Facebook, the stupidest memes. They say, oh, people say Trump's going to destroy America while you're destroying America. Like, because protesters, and they're saying, you're destroying America while they're destroying America, while they're protesting. People, please, okay? Protesting isn't worth it. I mean, protesting is worth it, but it's not worth the violence. Don't start any violence just to protest. There's no need for that. Now, if you're still sitting here watching this video and listening to me, thank you, for showing me support and just being there. But I thought it wasn't, I just wanted to cover this. It wasn't really important, I guess. I mean, it's not like some amazing video where I do all these makeup tutorials or whatever they do, and all these famous YouTubers, but I like to get my voice out there, and all it takes is one person to hear it to make a difference, When I was watching the election on the night before they got, they announced the winner, I was like, crap, because honestly, I did want Hillary to win. She just seemed like a better option. But at the same time, I don't know what was in those emails she deleted. So that one's a real tough call. Because in those emails, it could have been anything, But I guess it's the only, one of the main reasons I supported Hillary is because I didn't like Trump. I didn't like what he stood for. I didn't like how he treated people. And I definitely didn't like how he treated women. And the fact that I can't really say one was better than the other for the LGBT community, because neither one of those candidates supported LGBTQ while they've been in office. Hillary never supported it. She denied it for God knows how long. She didn't support it. Okay? But at the same time, this was more back in the day, and she changed her mind sooner than Trump did. I don't even know. I mean, yeah, Trump held, like, the flag, the LGBTQ flag, the rainbow flag. He did hold that. But I wasn't impressed by that. Like, you held a flag, dude. Okay, that's far from being our friend, and that's far from getting justice for the people who have hate crimes against them for being transgender or being LGBTQ or being whatever. You know what I'm saying? Holding a flag isn't going to do anything when you're in office and you don't reverse gay marriage and you allow transgenders to use the restrooms that their gender identity is matched to. That's when you're making a difference. Now, I did see this thing that he said, I can't remember which state it was in. I want to say Kentucky. It was either Kentucky or Tennessee. One of those two states. They was talking about transgenders and not allowing them to use the bathroom. But Trump did say, just leave it alone. Let them use the bathrooms that match their gender identity. I did see that. So I'm hoping, that did happen. I'm hoping that Trump will support the LGBTQ. I'm just kind of worried now because a large amounts of his following. I don't want to sound like the typical Trump hater, but sadly, a lot of his followers I've seen have been racist, and I've seen a lot of things that people leave, that white people have been leaving on black people's, either on their cars, on their doors, or yelling out to them, or whatever. And, like I seen this one little thing that said, it's our time now, nigger, and it had, like, a drawing of a noose. And I'm like, that's horrible. How could you ever do that, regardless of what color they are? Why would you treat somebody that poorly? But at the same time, I don't even know if that's real. Because anybody could have just wrote that down and said, yeah, I found this on my car this morning. So it's hard to really actually say if that's real. So I'm just going off what I've seen. And from what I've seen ever since Trump's been in office, the people have been divided. But at the same time, protesters can't go around preaching peace and bringing pain. It's just not something you can do. If you want peace, then find it. Start a petition. Okay, there's millions of people in America. If you really want to protest, start a petition. A small group of protesters in Kentucky or in New York or in wherever, yes, it's good, but it's not going to make that much of a difference as opposed to, 3, 4, 100,000 people signing a petition, or, 1,000,000 people signing a petition, or whatever, a petition. That would make a bigger difference, I feel like. But like, yeah, here, look, all these people sign this petition, or whatever. I don't even know if that's even a valid option, but it just, to me, sounds like it'd be an option because we've used petitions before. But protests, I'm glad the Americans are taking an active role in their society and in their government and in who's in office. But, come on. It's not okay. Stop hurting people. And stop smashing in windows and leaving terrible notes. Even if you are, if you're watching this, and if you are a racist, just really stop and see what it's like in the other person's shoes. This human being that you are belittling and hating on, just imagine what their life is like. Look at it through their eyes, stand in their shoes. The color of your skin doesn't dictate your status. It doesn't make you better than one person or another. I've been white my entire life. And I've never once looked at black people or Mexicans or Asians or any other race as anything other than equal. And it is sad, all the racism in this world, but just like racism, you know, homophobia is real too. So, I just wanted to talk about Trump and from what I've seen and everything. If you've watched the entire video and you liked it, hit the like button, leave a comment, whatever. Say hi. And God bless all of you guys, everyone. Have a wonderful day.